Hey North Texas veterans, welcome back to another video series here. Today we're going to talk about why. What's my why? I mean, we hear that all the time in recruiting. Why should I join the VFW? Why should I be a part of this? And today we're going to listen to Post 2205 Commander Tim Middleton's story and see what's his why. Why is he here? Why did he come to the VFW? So I'm going to turn it over to Tim and let him go for it.
I appreciate that. Thanks, Tim. Hey, before we get going, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you hear when we drop new videos, you get notified. I had just finished serving in the United States Army. I was getting near my retirement date, and I was given a stack of clearing papers to go to each one of the departments on Fort Bragg to clear, which means that agency didn't say I owed them any money or I owe them any equipment or what have you. So for example, you clear the central issue facility, you turn in your paperwork, you turn in your equipment, and then they give you a stamp, they sign off. Getting a CIF stamp from Fort Bragg, North Carolina is the most liberating experience on the planet. I'm telling you right now, that is the best feeling in the world, because you don't owe them any money, and they say that you don't owe them any money, and that's the most important thing. So this year, a new item had been added to the clearing papers, and in the box it said VSO, and then in parentheses there were 4 initials. There was the most important one to me was VFW, and I was in the basement of what is the Soldier Support Center on Fort Bragg, and I saw the VSO sign, and there was an arrow pointing down the hallway. So I went down, and VFW stood for Veterans of Foreign War. I went in and I told the guy, I'm not gonna wear your silly little hat, just sign my paperwork. And the guy sitting across the desk from me really understood who he was talking to. So he said, give me your packet and sit your butt down, Airborne. We're gonna look at your paperwork. And I was like, oh, okay, this guy's legit. So he takes my packet from me, he starts going through it, and he says, you haven't filed your VA claim. And so if you can appreciate what I'm saying, you've been in the space before. At that moment, I just wanted to be done. I wanted out of uniform. I did not want anything to do with any more bureaucratic paperwork, and filing a VA claim to me just seemed like a headache. And I was like, I'm not doing that. It doesn't make any difference or sense to me. Well, the guy looked at my packet. He's like, you got 3 tours in Iraq. You've been jumping out of airplanes for more than 2 decades. The VA is going to look at you and think that they owe you something. And then he threw out a number. And we're not able to project what the VA will do, but it was an educated guess on what he thought the VA was going to pay me based on how much junk was wrong with my body from having done all that nonsense. And that number got my attention, because that number is real money. Let me tell you something, an additional $1,000 in your pocket is real money. So I sat and listened to him patiently. He said, I'm gonna review your entire medical record here, and I want you to come back on Friday and I'll give you your stamp. And I looked at him and I was like, Mrs. Middleton thinks we're gonna be in Florida on Friday, buddy. I don't think I'm leaving my paperwork with you. He goes, I'll see you on Friday, champ. So I then had to go home and tell Mrs. Middleton we were not going to be in Florida on Friday, because I was waiting on the VFW to do my paperwork. And my wife, made the same kind of comment that your wife would make, and that is, what does the bar got to do with your VA paperwork? And that's where the confusion comes in, because I was uneducated about what the VFW is and who they truly are. This veteran service officer really understood his job. I had a barrier. I had a point of view of the VFW that was completely incorrect. This guy took his time and he looked at my records, and that's what we do here in North Texas for our guys. This is what this guy right here does, looks at our veterans' paperwork correctly. He comes back and he says, here's what I'm gonna do for you. We're gonna file this paperwork. Here are the 15 things that are wrong with you that we're gonna put on your claim. And then when it comes back, we're gonna rebut it. He did everything he said he was gonna do and infinitely more. I'm gonna tell you what this is right now. I ended up getting the rating that I got because this VFW member cared about his job. He didn't care about me, he cared about his job. And in the end, the youngest Middleton right now goes to a Texas-based school in the Texas system, and I do not pay for it out of my pocket, and he is not taking out student loans for his tuition because it's being paid for by Chapter 35. Chapter 35 is as a result of being listed as 100%. I'm not scared about that because I did 30 years in the United States Army. You may actually have only served 6 years in the Army or the Air Force or the Marine Corps or the Navy and be due 100% because of what you did while you were in uniform. It's your money. It's not the VA's money. They're not holding it or taking it from a Purple Heart or Medal of Honor recipient, as that rumor has gone in the past. It's yours. And that VFW member did that for me. He took the time to fill out the paperwork, got me the rating that I needed in order to take care of my family. And so this is where I was going with all this, and this is the real point of the story is, had I been jealous, guarded, I would not be taking care of my family. My son going to a Texas-based school right now and in college is because a veteran of foreign war member took the time and effort to fill out the paperwork, and I can't repay that. I cannot repay that to that person because he's a volunteer. I can't repay it to the system, but what I can do is I can pay it forward. And I can find the VFW members out, the future VFW members out there that will continue to take care of this 125-year-old organization into the future so that veterans continue to receive the benefit of this relationship. The one thing that I didn't know that I have since learned was the National Defense Authorization Act of 2019 rewrote the law to put the VFW and other service organizations at the table. So they now have to help you clear when you leave uniform. If you're not talking to one of us 12 to 18 months out from your separation date, even if you're doing 4 years or if you're doing 6 years in the military, just an initial enlistment, if you're not talking to one of us as you go to clear and leave the uniform, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're doing your family a disservice because this is a way to help pay for your kids to go to college. This is a way to help pay for your kids' dorm fees, their food, everything, and it's yours. It belongs to you. And that a VFW member got my attention, stopped me in my tracks, forced me to look at this, and my family is much better off for the experience. I owe this to the VFW, and I'm going to continue to pay it forward. That's why. Important to the Middleton family, but more importantly, it's important to you because we're going to help you pay it forward.
Yeah, that's what's awesome about it is because it's not about you. I mean, that's just from getting out of the military. Then you get out in Texas or you move to Texas or whatever. There's a whole set of perks just for being in the state of Texas.
Correct.
That we haven't even gone into.
No, I mean, we can though because we're talking North Texas veterans. If you have a disability rating in Texas to a certain level, it allows you to have your tags are paid for. You don't have to pay for the fees on your vehicle. You just pay like an annual rotating fee. It's not much at all though.
$3.
What's that?
$3 for tag.
Yeah, right now it's $3.
If you're still in one of those weird counties that does inspections, it's 11.
Yeah.
So free driver's license.
Free driver's license. Your taxes on your property, on your real estate, are graduated to what you have. So if you're 50% VA claim, then you only pay 50% taxes up to 100%. And that's a benefit of being Texas veteran. You got to come into the VFW, let one of our benefit advisors help fill out your paperwork, and then submit the claim to through the VSO, either in Houston or our great one down in Waco. And this is as a result of volunteers doing it. Yeah. This is what matters.
So there's so many perks available, but I appreciate you sharing the story again with them. Later video, I'll share my why. You'll figure out your why, and it'll probably change after you get here. But we highly encourage you to just get in, get involved, get engaged, get plugged in.
Correct.
And get out and help veterans. I mean, nobody's going to help us if we don't help each other.
Spouses, if you're watching this video and you want your veteran to take care of that VA paperwork, bully them to come into the VFW and find a benefits advisor as good as Tim Quarles and get your paperwork done. This is what we're talking about right here. Somebody did it for me. Somebody did it for him. We want to do it for you guys. We're paying it forward. We don't own this. It does not belong to us. It belongs to you guys. And
then, of course, we would be remiss without saying, if you're not a member, we're encouraging you to get in on the membership drive that we're doing right now because we're going to wind up giving away kind of a replica or a duplicate of our PC gaming machine.
You're going to get this exact specifications in this machine under your Christmas tree.
Yep.
The information is in the Discord below. Go to the link.
All the rules then details are right
Yeah,
there.
it's right there. Go to the comment
So-
section. We put the instructions. There's a link to our Discord. Go to the PC giveaway, and you can
Yep.
get yourself one of these amazing machines.
Yep, and you'll be in there for the drawing on the 13th of December when we give it away. So,
Correct.
anyway, thanks for watching. Again, like and subscribe, and we're going to see you on the next video.